Mic check 1 2 2 2 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Chilling, watching the what's it called? Watching the Mic check 1 2 2 2 2. Mic check. Taekwondo. Hey, they're doing their thing, you know. They are certainly doing their thing. Taekwondo. I don't really understand it, but oh, look, a kick in the face. Oh well. Let's have a quick look what's going on the market on the Saturdays. Let's have a look. What's going on for the week? This week was a really peak week. This week was a peak week. Let me have a look at the daily chart. We had all of that before we had all of this. Okay, so this pretty much from Monday is when we've been pretty much heading up. So it was last week. My bad. It was last week that we had this big drop. What was that? Monday to Monday, pretty much. Close was here, but Monday to Monday was peak. 7 days were peak. Went down 30%. Wow, that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit still. A couple of kicks there from the Taekwondo girl. Okay, in blue. Turkey's doing their thing though. Yeah, so 30% drop. Maybe I should start recording this. Let me do a little recording thing. Before I have a look at the markets. Let's record. Okay. Just chilling here on a Saturday and watching the Olympics. Not doing too much. It's quite warm inside my house. I'm just relaxing, chilling, watching the Olympics. Just finished watching the women's 400 relay race. That was pretty dope. USA taking it home again. I think China's got the most amount of medals at the moment, but America's close behind. And it's all quite interesting. But anyways, looking at Bitcoin. What are we looking at? Bitcoin on the daily. Okay, so let's do some analysis here. Been in this range since February, bouncing around, sometimes coming out of the range here, but for the most part, I've been following this range. I've been following this range for quite a while and also measuring the amount of time that we've been in this range as well, right? Okay, so we entered this February, Wednesday the 28th, this bar here, we sort of entered that range. 217 days. I've been tracking about 221 days, and I believe I've been tracking that because that was our previous consolidation range as well. 220 actually. So 220 would actually take us to doesn't need to happen. Remember, these things don't need to happen, but we measure time as well. It's good to stay abreast of what's going on, you know, it's hard to get on as well. Look at me trying to get it to 220 days, and I can't. My mouse is just skipping it. There we go. 220 days. Where does that take us to? That takes us to about October, 6th of October, early October. And I've been looking at early October, late September for quite a while. But that's when, in one of our previous consolidations, that's how long it took. That's how long it took until we actually broke out of that range. Okay. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Let me flow it onto the weekly, because it can make a bit more sense if I throw it onto the weekly. Here, we like to build market structure. That's where we was building our market structure. Like that. Was kind of building our market structure here. 220 odd days. Okay, 220 odd days. Okay, same thing that we're doing here. We built market structure. Okay, we built market structure and then we build market structure on top of it. Okay, always, very often happens. take off the magnet for a little bit. Very often happens. Okay, we build market structure on top of market structure, and that's healthy. That's very healthy when we build market structure like that. Okay, so that's what I like to look at. Old tops become new bottoms, new support, new bottoms. Okay, healthy market structure. Bottoms there, the consolidation area there. Then we had a little bit of a consolidation area here. I think that was about 70 odd days. Okay, and then what did we do? Came back and retested it. We always like to come back and retest it. When people are there saying, I don't think it will go, when we're all at 70k, people saying, I don't think it will go down to 50k or 40 odd k. That will never happen. Give it time. Be patient. Because it might come back and it might do a big fear thing. Where man's fully afraid. Fear and greed index 17 in the bull market. In the bull market. 17. This bar shook man out hard. And I know a bag of people got shook out this. This bar here shook man out hard. This one here. You see this? Monday the 29th of July. Was that it? Monday 29th of July? 29th of July. Oh yeah, because we're only in August. Yeah. 29th of July. You see this bar here that shook man out? 30%. Man got prang. Man like me didn't get prang. You know why I didn't get prang? Because I've been buying down here. I've been buying down here. Here, 18,000s. Here, 15,000s. The breakout and the retest, 18,000s. 20,000s. I was buying. So when that happens, this ain't shaking me out yet. Now, but what's Bitcoin gonna do now? And you know what? I don't care when people talk about other altcoins and they don't business about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's king, you know. Bitcoin is king. Like, let me go to the crypto bubbles here, right? Okay, so we're looking at all the top 100 cryptos over the week. Yeah, it looks healthy, looks good. Helium, 52%. That's real good. That's a real nice bounce. But that's if you caught Helium over the last 7 days. If you caught that and you managed to get the 52%, that's dope. Congratulations. Sui, if you managed to catch that at that bottom, congratulations. Okay, something you might have done or more likely would have done is pick up Sol, because everyone's talking about Sol now. Everyone's bullish on Sol. Yeah, everyone's bullish on Sol. Let's throw it to a month. All right. Now, we all know what's been happening for the month. I'll throw it onto the monthly chart. Bam. So each of these bars is a month. We know what's been happening over the month, right? That was a big bar. We still got, what, 21 days left. So it's kind of this bar here and a bit of this bar. It's that big drop. It's the big drop. The big drop. Okay. What's your coins doing? Over the month, XRP, 31%. That's dope. But you can see how much reds there are. Look at all of these reds. There's a bag of reds. All right. Bag of reds. Yearly will probably look green. Yeah. All right. It'll look green. Now we're going to have a look at this versus Bitcoin, because we're looking at it versus a dollar. Okay. Oh, look at this. You know this coin here, yeah? Mantra DAO, OM. Do you know how long I held this coin for back in 2021, 2020? I held this coin for so long and staked it, and it did nothing. Look at it now. It had a different ticker. It was an Ethereum token. I held this for time. Painful. Painful to see it doing what it's doing right now. Painful. I was staking this. I think I staked this on a platform called Kylin. I staked this on Kylin, and then Kylin got back in contact with me saying, like, well, not me directly, but they got in contact with all token holders and said, like, okay, we're shutting Mantra DAO staking down, and you need to unstake your Mantra. And I did. And then I ended up selling it. Okay. And look what it's done. Okay. They pivoted to a, what is this again? This is like, what do they call it? What are they going for? Not decentralized physical. I think like the products one. What do they call that? Not deep in. One of the ones. They got that new narrative that's going on that everyone's talking about. That's the one that they've been talking about. And that's what they pivoted to. All right. A lot of altcoins do this. They pivot to a new narrative. Oh, we're AI now. We're AI. Oh, we're this now. That's what this did, and it pivoted to the right one. It might be decentralized physical infrastructure or the product. The product's one. Something like that. But it was like this. The ticker didn't look like that. It was like the free, like the Indian the logo thing. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Bandoogle. Bandoogle's everywhere. Alright, cool. I'm gonna have a look at this chart as well, because I'm very interested to have a look at this chart. Let me have a look at the Bitcoin. Let me have a look at these coins versus Bitcoin. Yeah? Cool. Over the year, yeah? Over the year. Reds. A lot of reds. Alright? Some greens. If you were in these greens, you were good. So, you might have caught a bit of this. You might have caught it. Alright? If you was buying down at the $12 or the $20 or the $50, you're probably a recipient of getting 100 to 150% on that. You're doing good. You know, that's something you might have bought. Arweave, maybe you caught that early. Alright? Where's the G near? Where's near? Near 50%. Not bad. Not bad. But Ethereum Cash, not even Ethereum has been doing it. Cosmos, Atom, 70% down versus Bitcoin. All of these things down versus Bitcoin. What that means is you would have been better holding Bitcoin. Okay? In terms of just probability, just look at this as probability. Don't get gassed by these numbers. They're big numbers, but as I told you, I couldn't hold on to MantraDAO. It was crazy. I'm going to have a look at that right now. Let's have a look at OM. Sorry, I'm going to have to look at OM. OM USDT. USDT. I don't even know what the hell this was. I must have been doing something at some point in time. Look at this thing. Bananas. So where would I have held it? I had it back. This is on Binance. This is well before it was on Binance. It wasn't on Binance yet when I bought OM. Okay, so March 2021. All right. So even if I did, let's say I did buy it in March 2021. You might look at this number, yeah, and think to yourself, wow, let's put it back to US dollars. Okay. So you look at that and you say 4,500%. I would have held on. You should have held on. But let's imagine I held it back here. Let's say where it closed. Binance, it came out and it listed and I bought it around here at 74 cents. Yeah. It's not 4,000% for me. It's not 4,000% for me. Okay. It's not 4,000% for me. Don't get gassed by these numbers. Please don't get gassed by these numbers. Okay. It's 40%. I've been 40%. I would have had to have waited years to get 40%. I would have got staking rewards, but I would have only been up 40%. But what are your chances? Or do you want to take your chance with Bitcoin? Okay. Do you want to take your chance with Bitcoin instead? Depends what your risk tolerance is still. Litecoin. Maybe you might have done a Litecoin thing. Who's that beeping? No one's beeping for me outside my yard, but making noise. Whole heap of noise. Yeah. MantraDAO. All right, cool. Let's do some TA. Let's do some TA. Let's do some proper TA. How I might do my thing. How I usually do my my TA. How I might do my TA. You know me. I like to use Gantt swings. You know I like to back out my fibs. You know I like to use volume. If you know me, I like to use my RSI. Sometimes I might flow on a stochastic RSI. There are some other indicators I've tried. Swing trade signals is a decent one. Okay, sometimes I might try this on a 5 daily chart, and it gives you some buy and sell signals. Use this one. Use this one. Swing call. It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. Gives you a buy and a sell. Sometimes you might have to jump in and out. Sometimes it gets you, but look where the buy signal came in. Okay, just before my retest. So when you see a buy, you might want to purchase the buy. And then when it comes back into the line, okay, this line here, that's when you go harder. All right, and you buy that. Look at that. Many top traders, real G's, real Bitcoin G's, bought this low, this 19,000 low. It would swing down to 19,000, but it closed at 20,000. I bought this. This was the one I was actually waiting for. Even though I bought some of these, I was waiting for this one, and I wasn't using this signal. Getting a couple texts. Getting texts saying that I think the boxing's happening or something like that. Is boxing happening? Let's see what's happening. Boxing for women. Okay. Probably should have put that on the what's it called? You know, on my thing. I'm just watching it on the TV. Sorry, you lot can't see me. Yeah. So trade swing. What I'm saying is swing call. That's a good indicator. If you want to sit back, read up on the swing indicator. Look at the B's. for when you want to buy. You might want to buy it on the B. I would prefer to buy the retest. There, you Bob's your uncle. You would have bought it there. Maybe you would have sold some here. Bought, sold, bought, as it goes, and away she goes. All right. Sometimes you get these arrows. Okay, look at that. Coming in at my 618, pushed back down. Okay, reached the 50%, because that's what it is here. That's what this is here. Reached the 50%. Now, we didn't know this was the 50% at the time. We didn't know this was the 50% at the time. This 49,000 was the 50%. It wasn't 50% at the time. Imagine all of this wasn't here. Look what it did. Hit this target, got pushed back down, shot out of it. Okay, produced this high here in March. 70 odd thousand, 73,000, 73,500. That's the top of that fib that I'm backing it out on. I back out my fibs. From the swing high there to the swing low here. This is an important swing low, okay? Because that's that consolidation area. You know, we were building market structure. Yeah, that's what I got it on. 50%. Look at that. 50%. Okay? If you would use your fib retracement, it would have called this as well. It would have told you this was the 100% of the move. All right? It's easy looking back at it now. Makes sense when you're looking back at it, but yeah, it's not easy to see. I'm telling you. Looking back at it's easy sometimes, but when you're in the midst of it, you know how you feel. It's hurtful. That week was hurtful. Last week was hurtful. That hurt still. I wasn't worried too much, but looking at the fear coming back into the market, you know, and buying this 50% isn't easy. Buying at 50% wasn't easy. It was hard. I didn't even buy as much as I would have liked to have bought, but you buy some and you hope, right? But I bought. And I bought as well 51 because it's the 50%. One is the 50% of that swing, the major swing there. Once again, if you guys want to see it, there it is. All right, this swing here, I'll throw it on a monthly. Watch me throw it on a monthly. See these swings here, this white line, this swing here. That's why I've got it on that swing. I already know it's an important swing. I don't need to go to the monthly to put it on this fib. Using the fib retracements does take a bit of practice, but once you start using it, you will know where to put the fib, where to put the low, where to put the high. Okay, I already knew that. I didn't need to throw it on a monthly, but this helps you. The Gantt swings does help you. All right, helps you identify a clear bottom and a clear top to put these fibs on. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is it here. See, it's dynamically moving. Fling it to the top. Okay, put on your magnets if you want to get it spot on. All right. There we go. Bam. 49.3. What did it do? It came down to it. All right. All that noise that's inside here, it knows where the swing low is. Bam, bam. Eventually, it made it down here. Look how long it took to get there. Look how long it took to come back down here. How many months will we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. What does WD Gann talk about? 7 bars in one direction. You're very likely to have a stop of the trend or a pullback. 7 bars. That's what he said. 7 bars. 100 years ago. Interesting. Okay. All right. And you can see where this Trade Pro is far back down here. I mean, I have never used it for the monthly, but if you want to use the Trade Pro and you want to enter there, go for it. On the weekly, you can see the retest. Confluence with the 50% as well. With the 50%. Going to the daily. Look at this. Look at the volume. Look at the volume on this 50%. Confluence. 50%. Volume. 7 bars up. 7 months up. Push back to the 50%. Let's see what our RSIs are saying. Let's see what the RSIs are saying. Oh, you don't like me having the RSIs? All right, cool. Let's remove the indicators. Is my premium account not enough? I need to have premium plus. Okay, cool. So I'm going to remove my indicators for now. And I'm going to put on the RSI. Because when you put on too much indicators, it doesn't like it, you know. It doesn't like it. All right, let's see if we can see any confluence. So this will help you to like be able to identify these things going forward, right? So you don't get caught out again. 5-day Bitcoin chart. Give ourselves some room. Cool. You know what? We've got our trend up here, 50%. You know what's going on. You know what my chart looks like. You know what I've got plotted out. Again, just tracking the days, tracking the top of the range, the bottom of the range. That's important to me. And the 50%. Of course, the 618s here, because that's a deep retracement that I like. And that's what I like to have. And now we're looking at the RSI, yeah? Cool. Why do we look at the what's the RSI though? Relative Strength Index. Strength. Relative strength, depending on what time frame you're on. I'm on the daily. I am on the daily. What helped me identify it? Well, RSI. Rock bottom low here. Anytime it's below 30, that's been a decent time to buy. You'll see that we started entering 30 down here. Okay? Down here when Bitcoin was like 17K. It wasn't the low. But you wouldn't, if you could buy Bitcoin for 17K now, I bet you would. It wasn't the low. It was a good place to buy. Look where the RSI is. Look at the RSI. All the way down there. Well below 30s. In the red zone. Okay? Look at this price down here. 15K. It was even lower. But the RSI has gone up. The strength. Bitcoin's getting stronger even though the price is coming down. We call that bullish RSI divergence. You want me to show you? I can show you. I can show you. I'll have to take off my magnets first. Take off my magnet. Bam. Lower lows. What's the RSI doing? Higher lows. Higher lows. Okay, so we had a key there. We had a key there. Okay, we had a bit of a key there. What about these highs here? Okay, was there any bullish RSI divergence here? All right, maybe there is something right here. Okay, you can see this high right here, you know, in July 2023. And you've got another high here in April 2023. Okay, it's going up. Okay, higher highs. But in this case, we've got lower lows, lower highs. Bearish RSI divergence. Bam. So you can use RSI divergence. RSI divergence is a good indicator. Use it in confluence with many other stuff. Take the trade. Take the bet. Not guaranteed. Nothing's 100%. Put things in your favor. Might work out for you. Might not. Have a plan to exit. And then Bob's your uncle and just do your thing. Okay, no strategy's perfect though. So is there any sort of RSI divergence or anything like that that I can see at the moment? Not particularly. Not particularly. Now we did have this, right? There was some bearish RSI divergence here. This was quite a bit of a confusing part to trade for me. This area here, let's draw this out. This area here was quite a confusing area for me to trade. Because this was the 50, this is roughly the same 50% of the all-time high, the previous all-time high, because we didn't have this yet. All this area here we didn't have, right? So all of that we didn't have. Now, previously Bitcoin always kind of comes to its 50% and has a retracement. I was starting to see some bearish RSI divergence. Okay. RSI, lower highs. Okay. But on the price, higher highs. So the bearish RSI divergence was kicking in and it was drawing close to the 50%. I ended up selling some of my Bitcoin here. Okay. I ended up buying some down here. Not the exact lows. But I didn't buy as much as I would have liked. Okay. Now, it doesn't look like much at the moment. It don't look like much at the moment. But what was that? That was quite a big amount, you know. It was quite a big amount. It was like 10 bags. Okay. About 10 bags. 10 bags off Bitcoin. And then I end up going into some altcoins from here. Okay. Did I buy too much altcoins? Perhaps. Only time will tell. Depends on what altcoins. But even I don't get it right sometimes. Well, who does get it right all the time, right? Cool. 50%. Bam. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in a little bit. Boom. So, back in the range, right? Back in the range. So Bitcoin's doing well so far. Okay. We know that it's got its 50% support. Where it might come back down to, right? It might need to cool off, come back down a little bit. All right. But it might not get that far. So what do? We back out our fibs on what we have, on the data we have right now. So I back out my fibs from the low to the high. To the high. Where does that give us? The 50% comes in at 55.8. Okay, if you feel like you've lost this move and you don't want to take a risk buying now, that's not a bad place to buy. 55.8. All right, 55,800. 618, if you want that deep retracement, is 54,200. And then, of course, you still got that 50%, which is down there, right? That 50%, which was at $49,367. Okay, so that's where we're looking to. That's for the support. That's what I would do. Okay, because I've bought down here, I don't really want to trade up here. Even though we've just come back into the range, I don't personally want to trade up here. I did do a leverage trade down there. I made 100% and I kind of came out. As soon as we was coming up here, I came out of my trade. Yep, I missed out on this, okay, which probably would have brought me up to about 180%. But hey, never make a top profit turn into a loss. That's what Gann always said. So, yeah, but we're holding it. Ideally, bulls-wise, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing like a bull flag. A bull flag. A descending triangle, which is a bullish pattern, comes to the bottom of here. That would be hella bullish, and then take off. That would be fine. But if it does come down to the 50%, okay, that's fine as well. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm looking out for with Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's done remarkably well at the moment. It's still doing well. Still doing well. You can't complain. So yeah, but keep those levels. Remember, this might dynamically change depending on what Bitcoin does. I imagine volatility will start coming in at next week. So keep an eye on that. Cool. Let's have a look at some. Oh yeah, and I was talking about the RSI, wasn't I? I was also talking about the RSI. Some RSI divergence that might have been building up is from this low here. Now, I don't usually like taking it from multiple lows here. All right, because we've got the low here. Look at this low here. And on the RSI, okay, it goes up here. All right, so some bullish RSI is developing on the daily. So that's not bad. That in confluence with the volume and hitting the 50%, in my eyes, that's not a bad place to buy. Sit back, relax, wait and see how she goes. Cool. That's Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin though. All right, let's look at some bubbles. What else has been outperforming Bitcoin? Let's have a look at the weekly, see what else has been outperforming Bitcoin. Helium and Sui, yeah, and TIA has done 12%. Let's have a look at Helium. All right. What's that? The decentralized internet network, the Internet of Things, IoTs. Let's see what that's doing, because it seems to be outperforming Bitcoin, and we want to have a look at some stuff for this the next stage. We're betting on the fact that the next stage of the market, eventually altcoins are going to start picking up. So where are we? So what we have, let's have a look at this. I mean, this chart does look terrible. There's no going around it, right? Like, it hasn't got a lot of history. It hasn't got a lot of data since January 2022. January 2022 all the way till now. So 2 and a bit years, and we've just been going down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my magnet on to make sure I get it spot on. I want to get the top, and I want to get the bottom, and I just want the 50%, because we want to know where's the 50%. Where are we going to get resistance? Where's the major resistance on the fib? So we got that there, yeah, $21. All right, we're at $6 at the moment. Cool. Your target might be, hey, you know, we might be able to at least get back to our 50%, 222%, at least get back down to there. Maybe that's your thesis, right? But I ain't stopped there. I ain't finished. What I would also contend with is I'll put some horizontal lines on here. Let's also get my Gantt swings on here. Let's just fling on my Levi strategy. Let's turn it off automatic. Bam. Okay, so we got our lines in as well. Yeah, our Gantt swings. Got our volume. We got our RSI here. Look at that. Look at that bearish RSI divergence here. Boom, bam, before we had this tumble. This tumble from February. We've been in this downtrend since February on the weekly. That was your identifier there. That we're potentially producing a top and to get out. Volume coming up as we're getting higher. Okay. Stopping power. It's quite a bit of stopping power. That would make me want to get out of this trade. Not to mention the fact that we're coming up to a lot of these highs here as well. See this high, this here? That was previous resistance. That was previous resistance here. And you know I like to draw these out in a box, but it's essentially that. Look where it came up to. Bam, bam, coming up to previous highs. I'm out. I'd have been out of that. I'd have been out of that. So what do we want to see? What are we looking for? Upside. We're going to zoom in a little bit more. Helium, bam. What I'm going to do is grab the fib retracement from this low here. All right, to the most recent high, and we're going to have a look at that. So where are we at the moment? We're above our 50%, which is great on the weekly. We've obviously got a day and 4 hours to close. Helium wants to close above this area, above $6.15, 50%. That would be dope. All right. If it gets rejected and comes back down to the 618 at $4.98, it's still got a chance. It's still got a chance, but we'd want to see some sort of consolidation here before an amount above. Before it gets above its 50%. That can happen. That's fine. I'd be happy with that. But ideally, bulls wise, stay above here. That'll be good. And then your next target is up here at $10. Okay, how much is that? What kind of returns could you be getting off that if you was to get that? Well, if you was to get it above the 50%, let's move up a little bit. Let's do that again. What would you get? 72%. That's pretty dope. 10x leverage. Do the maths. 720%. Okay, where's your stop loss level? Where's your stop loss? I would aim to, as I said, aim to get that 618 or the 65. That would be my last swing right there, $3, so maybe just below it at about $3. Stop loss there. Helium. But it's got a lot to contend with, right? Like, it's got a lot to contend with. It hasn't even gotten to 50% of its previous all-time high. Whereas something like Solana, it's above its all-time high 50%. It's above it. It's above it. It's above its 50% all-time high. All right, this chart looks a bit crazy at the moment. Let's remove all drawings and indicators and all of that. Drawings. Let's do that again. All right, cool. So this is how I would do it. Quick time thing. Solana on the weekly. Let's actually throw you onto a monthly. Yeah, so it looks simple. All right, it's all-time high. November, okay, before the bear market, all the way to its low. All right. I'm going to do it from the low from this bear market. No, it's all-time low. It's low from this bear market. So from 2022. It's right here. Okay. What was it at? $8.29 you could have got Solana for. Can you imagine that? $8.29. Bananas. That's what you could have got. It's above its 50%. This is 50%. It's above its 50%. Yeah. $134 is 50%. You can see it struggling to break through. It's trying to break through. But look at all of these wicks. Strength is still there. Look at these wicks here. Wow. Let's hope it just needs to stay above 134. But Solana's hella bullish right now. Everyone's talking about Solana online. So I'm kind of like, I'm a bit hesitant to buy any more Solana. I'm a bit hesitant. Let's see what it does. Everyone's kind of dissing ETH over Solana. Everyone's dissing ETH over Solana. I'm going to fling a trend line on here as well, by the way. Okay, this down swoping trend line, just in case. You want to have a thesis for a bear scenario. Okay, because Solana is hella bullish. This might all be gas. And we start bumping our head like this, but it just takes time. Look at this. If it was to do something like that, look how, that's April 2026. Wow, that's even a bit too far. Oh yeah, because this is monthly. Imagine it did something like that and just drawed out for something like that for all of that time. Your whole bull market is Solana just kind of coming down. Probably wouldn't do it like that. Probably go like that. Massive swings. Imagine it did something like that. So that's why I'm putting this trend line here. All right, just keep an eye on it. Monthly trend line. Let's go into the weekly. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, we've got some confluence on that trend line. So I'm going to keep that there. Let's see how it does. As I said, we're watching this 50%. RSI. As you can see, that was the divergence there. It's plain to see. And yeah, any bullish RSI divergence, we're not down here on Solana. We're not down here. It's not weak. It's not down here. It's not down here. What does the stochastic say? What is the stochastic? Stochastic is momentum. Stochastic is the momentum. All right, it's the momentum. So, yeah, on the weekly, you've got these lines potentially crossing down even further. So Solana might have some downward pressure coming in. So keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Where else might you buy if it loses this 50%? Well. Let's have a look. We're on the weekly. Back out our fibs. What's the swing we want to grab? We're going to grab the all-time low to where we are, to the recent high, which is here. Oh, yes, because it did hit this 50%. And it's 618 is at 87 cents. If Solana comes down to 87 cents, 87 cents to 81 cents, buy. Give that a chance. Why? It's also confluence with these bottoms here. And these bottoms here from 2022. Bottoms there from January 2024. Okay? Buy that shit. Buy that shit. Hedge your bet. Okay? Hedge your bet. That's Solana. That's Solana. What else is going on? Let's go back to the bubbles. What's going on with this? Looks like my man did win the win a medal for the taekwondo. Yeah, good on you, mate. But if I entered it, I know I could have beat, man. I used to be bad at them kicks, you know. I used to be sick at kicking. Taekwondo, I was hard at taekwondo, you know. Sui, what's Sui saying? Let's have a look at Sui, because Sui's been going in hard versus Bitcoin. So let's, over the past whatever I was looking at, I've got big Sui on my chart. Sui, what was I looking at the week? Okay, on the weekly. What is Sui doing? Sui on the weekly. What are we looking at here? Okay, yes, so Sui's a fairly new chain, isn't it? 2023. Bam, had this spike up, resistance at this red, been coming down since. Let's grab our fibs. I'm not going to grab it from these lows down here, all the way down here. I'm going to grab it off of this one like I've done here. I'm just going to drag this across all the way to this wick here. Okay, all the way to this wick here. You can see some confluence at $1.27. So that's an area of resistance to take note of. Also, this $1 area, $1.06. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that because we've got some weekly swings here as well. So there's 618 here as well. So let's get rid of some of this stuff. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. All right. So there is a lot of resistance at this area here. Between $1 and $1.27, there's a lot of resistance there. So just keep an eye on that. Do we have any sort of trend lines coming down? Nothing that I can see that I feel comfortable drawing. Nothing that I feel comfortable drawing. So I'm going to leave that out. Keep an eye on Sui. Keep an eye on Sui. It's mainly this move, right? It's doing good versus Bitcoin. How much is this move here, by the way? That move here. Let's go to a 5-day chart. So this move that I just did here. Wow, that was 100% a move. My gosh, I would take my winnings and be off. I would take my winnings and be off, to be honest with you. Sui, don't like. What's our RSIs and stuff saying? Relative strength index. 5-day. What's the daily scene? I imagine it's coming to overbought territory. Overbought. 6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours is overbought. Yeah, you can see as you're getting into this area here, so I wouldn't be interested in that at the moment. Maybe in a week or two, I'll come back to Sui. Tia, let's have a look at Tia. 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 Where are you, Tia? RST, Tia. Celestia. See, Celestia I was tracking for a little bit. Wow, look. 618. I bought it down here at the 618, you know. I did buy it here at the 618. It came into this resistance and wasn't able to beat the resistance and the 50%. And what I'm talking about is this area here. I bought the 618. Came to the 50%. Okay. I took my profits out. Okay. I took my profits out. And I'm glad I did. Because look at that. Bam, came down. Still treating this as resistance. It wasn't able to break it. Still wasn't able to break it. Now, if you want to be a safer trader, yeah, here's one of the things you can do. Don't trade it until it breaks out. See this trend line here? Don't trade it until it breaks out and does a retest. Try not to catch a falling knife. Now, I do it a lot on my leverage trades, and that's what I did in my example here. I did do it. I tried to catch a falling knife on the 618. Okay, but I saw Bitcoin and things like that bouncing. That's why I took that chance, and that's why I got out. I'm glad I did, because we did drop further, significantly further. And apparently Tia's got some really good tech. I like the idea behind it. I can't actually remember what it is. I'd be lying if I told you. I'd be lying. But I like the idea of it. When I heard of like Crypto Bacon, the Crypto Bacon guy talking about it, and when I had a look at a few bits and bobs, the tech looked very promising, but do you know what I mean? Look where you are now. You are 50% down. Okay. Perhaps this is the start of you potentially coming out and doing a retest. Perhaps so. Perhaps so. You have got bullish RSI divergence though. Okay. Lower low here. But higher low on the RSI here. Okay. So that is something to pay attention to. So perhaps maybe if this was to sort of come out, do a retest, make its way up to $8, the first resistance level, $8.63, $9.24. This sort of areas where I take profit 1. Profit 2 would be at $11, and then leave a moon bag and see how it goes. And leave a moon bag. What percentage? How much would that get you? That's quite a lot. That's 54%. 10x leverage, 500%. Good money right there. Good money right there. So that's TIA. What else are we having a look at? What else is outperforming Bitcoin over the month? When Bitcoin was pumping down, I looked at Helium. I'm not going to look at XRP. I'm not interested in XRP. I had a look at SUI, right? I think I had a look at SUI, yeah. ZEC. What's that? Is that like Zcash or something? What's ZEC? I don't know. ZEC, does it tell you if I go into it? Zcash, yeah, Zcash. Okay. What's this? Crypto.com? Is it Kronos? Oh, Kronos. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Kronos has been doing 6%. KuCoin. What's KuCoin on the US dollar? I had KuCoin for a long time, you know. Over the month, what is that? $7.91. When I was looking, I bought this in 2021 for about $4. And it did well. It did do well. It's a trading coin, right? It's a exchange coin, right? Not used nearly as much as things like BNB. But it is an exchange token, and you do get like rewards on, quite often rewards on that. What was I last doing on BNB? Looks like I was tracking this upswoping trend line here. Its 50% level comes in at $4.60. It came down to its 618 at $3.98. That's a great place to buy. Monthly swing here, and the 618, that would have been an excellent buy. Okay, will it sustain it? Don't know, but there's the bet. That would have been the bet right there. I ain't got infinite money. Otherwise, I would have put that bet there. How much up would I have been? 28%. That's dope. People sleep on BNB. People do sleep on it. But I probably would have taken out my profits here. And it's funny, actually. I think I went on to... I'm in the UK, and I think I can only trade BitGet. I think Bybit is shut down. So I can't trade BNB, but I was looking to trade BNB. Okay, I was looking to trade BNB. I would potentially think about getting out of BNB at this point. If I made that trade. But, hey. Spot, holding BNB. I think that's cool. Hold BNB, man. Do it. What's Arweave saying? One of the darlings. All right, cool. Yeah. You know what? I've got Arweave. I've had Arweave for a long time. And Arweave, yeah. It was so bullish up here. It was so bullish at this red line here. You can see it's popping its head above it. Let me go to the weekly. Let me see what if this red line has quite a bit of confluence. It's interesting how I've still got it there. So the weekly is there. Monthly, what? Because I'm wondering why I've specifically got it there. Okay, it's probably because of these highs here. These closes here on the monthly. These wicks here on the monthly as resistance. And then it got pushed right back down on the monthly. All right, cool. Back to the five day. I was tracking this upswoping trend line here. Upswoping point here, touch point here, second touch point here, pushed back through, no retest though. No retest above here. So that's quite interesting. The fact that it hasn't retested that area is quite interesting to me. It didn't retest it as resistance, but it has come back down to my green support line. And if you look at some of my previous videos, you know what? That's one of the things I was talking about. I was saying when I was tracking this one up here, I was saying I don't want to buy on this line here. I prefer to buy on this green line because it has confluence of the 618 and the green upswoping trend line here. So I might actually buy some more Arweave. I might actually buy some more Arweave. If I see Bitcoin doing some numbers, I might buy some Arweave down here. If we sort of don't lose here, like $16, and we don't close beneath $18, I don't mind buying some more. I don't mind buying some more. So let's see how that goes. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's put a downswoping trend line on this as well to keep track of it. Okay, just to keep track of it like this. And we'll see how that performs. You can see already, if I was to put down some of the averages, it's very likely to line up with this 50% at $25. So keep an eye on $25 as resistance. And for purchasing $16 to $18, that would be kind of cool. That's Arweave Atom. I'm out of Atom now. I did see it start closing beneath its monthly swing. I've had enough of its rewards. I've gotten enough staking rewards. I've been staking Atom for time, but it is not performing very well at all. Back under here, which it's been in since 2019, I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm not coming back into this range. All right, this area here, where we built some consolidation here. A coin at this stage of the market shouldn't be coming down here. Can it come back up and just outperform? 100% yeah. 100% yeah. But I'm not going to take that risk. That was my invalidation area, losing this area here, so I'm out of Cosmos. Now, granted, I imagine we're getting some bullish RSI divergence, which we are. Of course, it's here. You know, who knows? Maybe I'll reevaluate if it comes back in. If it comes back up, comes up to about $7 and holds that, maybe I'll reevaluate. Cosmos. What else do I want to have a look at? Injective. Again, what's it doing here? Let's go to weekly. Let's bang it on right here. Give us a bit of room, please. Okay, so I have got it on that swing. I'm going to put it to the monthly quickly. I just want to see where my fib is. So that's kind of the low that, roughly the low that Bitcoin put on, right? That I've been tracking from. And it's lost that low. Whereas Bitcoin found its support on its 50%. Injective has lost that. Let's move it back down to the next fib retracement. That's at 618. And that's its low. Is that its all-time low? It's all-time low. Yeah, it's all-time low. Roughly there. And you can see it's teetering. Let's go to the weekly. Okay, it's lost its golden ratio. It's using that as resistance. I don't like that, to be honest with you. Let's go to a 5-day chart. You can see there it's lost it. It's coming back into this sort of consolidation area. It's likely to need to consolidate in this area before it mounts an attack again up here and then up here again. I don't like the look of it, to be honest with you. I would be out of Injective now. Here's not a bad place to sell Injective and go into something else. I'm not saying when I say sell it as well, I'm not necessarily saying sell it and go into US dollars. Perhaps you sell it and go into a more stronger crypto. All right. And maybe if it comes back above its 50%, you reconsider at $27. But it's up to you if you want to hold on to these things. Remember, 99 point whatever percent of these cryptos go to zero versus Bitcoin. So just keep an eye on that. Let's put on a down sloping trend line on this as well. Bam. Down sloping trend line on this. Okay, it's not clean. It's not that clean. I wonder if it'll be building a descending triangle though. Who knows? It could be building a descending triangle. In which case, its target, top to bottom, would be like, if it was to break out here, somewhere around here, its target would be pretty much the top, $50. Man, wouldn't that be a trade? Wouldn't that be a trade? Let's keep that on there for now. Alright, cool. OP, Optimism. Let's have a quick look at OP. What's OP saying on my chart? I haven't got it labeled, so it can't be doing that great. Yeah, look at that. Ooh. That is not looking good. I had some OP, some Optimism. And obviously Ethereum hasn't been performing very well. I don't know if I've actually still got some of this stuff. And if I do, it would be a tiny amount. I would have kept it for the ETH narrative with the spot ETF being approved. And ETH hasn't really performed very well. And neither of the layers has its layer 2s. It actually got rejected of a 618. So the fact that this didn't go off, maybe I don't have OP anymore. Because that's where I would have sold it. I mean, terrible. I wouldn't be in Optimism. So that's that. Pepe. Let's remove everything on my. Let's remove drawings. Let's be clean again. Let's have a look. Let's go to the monthly. We're gonna grab our fibs. Back out my fib on, man. Okay, cool. 50%. It's currently. Let's go to the weekly. See what's going on. Below it's 50%. It's struggling to get above its 50%. Let's see how it reacts to that. Is it able to get above it? As a meme coin, yeah, Pepe's still got room to grow compared to like Doge and what Shiba Inu have done. But I'd keep an eye on this 50% level where it's kind of roughly at the moment. I would target this area here, 0.011, whatever the hell, how many numbers that is. And then maybe I'd consider potentially taking some profits there. But you do you. You do you. Yeah, that's it really. What's VeChain doing so far? A long time I looked at VeChain. Long time I ain't looked at VeChain. My gosh, look at these charts. Wow. I was trading VeChain though. I did put a, I've actually traded this on spot, nothing on leverage. There was some that I bought on spot. I think I've still got some VeChain. I think I need to check my account, you know. Need to check some of my altcoin charts. My altcoin thing. I don't really like looking at my what's it called too much because I don't have a lot in these coins. But yeah, VeChain. Below at 618 on this swing low here that was done in June 2023. Coming below that, I would probably be out of this as well. Maybe wait till it gets to this point here. If it ever gets back, it might not because it's already kind of come up, but it could do. Could come back up to 2 cents. Could come up to 2 cents. Get out on a bit more profit before you jump. So potentially make an extra 15%. But I mean, if it made 15%, other coins might make some more. So it's up to you how you treat that. But yeah, that's it, Run. I don't know how long this stream was. I think it says 48 minutes or something like that. But long video, just chatting around as I'm watching the Olympics. Great Britain and all the nonsense that's happening in the UK at the moment with riots and everything. I ain't scared. Yeah. But look at this chart though, man. Yearly. What's yearly saying? USD. This looks good, USD. Crypto's been doing good, USD. No matter what altcoin you're in though, congratulations on what you've done so far, man. I hope you don't manage to take some profits or you've positioned yourself really good for this next coming stage of the bull market. I really hope you do. More power to you. Do what you're doing. Share what you're doing as well. Still interesting to hear what everyone's got to say. Let's have a look at how they perform over the year versus Bitcoin. Yeah, we had a look at that. If you're in these coins, you're doing good. Yeah, wishing you all the best, guys. Wishing you all the best, man. But then again, you know, what do I know? Be easy on these crypto streets.